Hi, it's me again with Corel Drill Tips and Tricks, and I designed a 4x4 box today for somebody, or just tonight, on Epilogue's Facebook page, and I posted this exact file. This one's going to be a little looser, mid-range, and tight. Before you waste this wood, I mean, if each one of these blocks is, you'd waste a foot of wood. So before you waste that, and I made a video, but I've never really made one on this box. If you wanted to test which one of these would work for your laser, he mentioned 3mm plywood. Well, I go by 1/8 inch plywood, which is pretty close, but I don't know where this gentleman is or the person is, and even 1/8 inch plywood isn't always 1/8 inch. So I always do a test cut, and I thought I'd show you how to do that. So this is the top, and that's the bottom, and these are your sides. So Control D and make a duplicate of this top. Control D and make a duplicate of that side. And all you need is a little sample. Let's just zoom in here. I'm going to take my rectangle tool, and I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key and delete all the rest of the box. And I can actually delete this outside. Do the same thing for this piece. Doesn't really matter. You just want to see if these joints are going to fit. Do the exact same thing. Let's take away the rest of the box. Take away the outside. And you don't have to do this, but these lines aren't connected. So you could either weld them, or I usually use a Smart Tool tool, but for the video I'm just going to weld them together. So that way you can move them around. And then without anything, so you haven't changed this, and without anything on your laser bed, you could take all that stuff off and cut out these two small pieces and take up very little bit of wood, and your life will be a lot easier. Because if you cut this out and it's too tight, if it's a little bit too loose, you can glue it, but if it's too tight, it's a problem. So do a test cut. So the person I'm doing the video for, I would maybe start with the middle one and do that exact same thing, and just, move these out of the way, move my files off your laser bed, and do a test cut, and then just cut them on a scrap piece of wood and see if they're tight. You want them a little bit tight. I've made a lot of boxes, and I want to be able to kind of use my palm or even a rubber mallet to kind of press them in there, because a lot of times you don't even have to glue it. And then even if you did, you could put just a little bit of glue and tap these puppies in there. And you can't really tell it by the video. Let's mirror this thing around and kind of do this. And one should be a little bit larger than the other, and it is. So you can kind of see that by the time that the laser takes out the kerf, this particular one might be too tight. That's why, or too loose. That's why I did this. So maybe start with the center one and do some test cuts. If that one doesn't work, go to the next one. Find one that works. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.